Blazewear heated clothing is widely regarded as the best heated clothing brand that's out there on the market today. It does carry a little bit of a heavier price tag, and I've been getting loads of messages over the last few days about how I'm getting on having used this clothing for the last 2 months. I did an unboxing video about this particular product, so I'll put the link above and below this video for you if you want to check that out, of the actual unboxing. Now, this is an unsponsored video. This is a completely independent video. I went out and bought this clothing myself, so there's the receipt there, so you can see the prices. The actual items of clothing I've been using are the base layer pants, okay, as you can see there, and there's the price tag there. Okay, so the price of these was £83.33 or $99.99 line cost. However, when you see those prices for Blazewear, that doesn't include the cost of the battery, but that is optional. So if you want to get one of their specific batteries at the time of purchase, then you can do. If not, there are loads and loads of batteries and power packs out there that you can use with these garments. Now, it's the base layer pants that I've been using, and to be quite honest, they've been absolutely brilliant. I use them, I wear them anyway, so even on the days where it's not necessarily really cold, or I don't think I might not need to switch on the heating, then I've still been using them on their own. So they are obviously thermal underwear as well, so even if you're not going to use the heating side of the product. Now, they've been great. Like I say, one of the biggest things that I've been getting asked about is the actual battery lifespan. I've only ever used the heating element on this garment on full. So there are 3 settings, so there's one that's obviously very hot, there's a medium, and then a low. I've only ever used it on high, and basically I don't keep these switched on. So when I use these, I basically use them in bursts. So I will leave it on full all the time, but I'll just switch it on when I need to for 5 minutes at a time. So usually when you get to the start of your session or the match or whatever it is, then obviously for the first hour or two you might be okay, and it's only around lunchtime or the middle part of the session where you might feel the need to switch it on. Obviously that depends how cold the day it is, but I just put it on for 5 or 10 minutes and then switch it off again. So I have tested with having it on full for the full duration, and to be quite honest, the longest it's lasted on full has been about an hour and a half. But that is on full, so if you were going to have it on one of the lower settings, then it will obviously last longer than that, but I just haven't had the need for it, so I just put it on 5 or 10 minute bursts on the highest level, and it's been fine. Now, as regards the battery, the cost of the battery isn't cheap. So their specific battery, there it is, $39.99, and there, that is the actual battery. So what I'll do is I'll show you the spec of the battery. So that is optional, like I say, and I just didn't want to take any chances with this, and that's why I bought the battery at the same time. What I didn't realise is how small and compact that particular battery is in comparison to lots of the batteries that are out there on, online that you can buy yourself. That, I use battery packs all the time for when I'm out on the bank filming, because obviously if the batteries run low, then you can just connect a camera up to some form of a battery pack. There are people that I know who have purchased heated clothing like this and decided not to purchase the battery or the specific Blazewear battery because they saw cheaper versions out there online. Now, whilst they did actually go out and get batteries that work perfectly fine, as long as it's obviously got the same sort of spec as this battery, which is 7.4 volts, there are batteries out there. However, be very careful if you're going to buy them online. One of the things that one of them didn't realise was he didn't look at the spec and the size and weight of the battery that he purchased. So whilst he managed to get a cheaper battery online, which works perfectly fine with these heated pants, that was the size of the battery. Alright, so you can see there's a big difference there. Alright, what you've got to think about is not only the fact that you need something to power these garments, that the voltage has got to be right. You're actually going to be wearing this battery. Now, the positioning of the battery on these pants is in a brilliant position as far as I'm concerned. It's just behind your rear here, so it's not at the front, it's not on the side, it's just to the back. And I honestly, I couldn't believe it the first time that I wore this garment with the battery attached. I completely forgot that the battery was there, because it's in a great position. If it was round the front, then obviously when you're sitting down and you're fishing, you don't want anything at the front here that's bulky. It wasn't on the side, so there was nothing really uncomfortable here on my hip. It was just round the back, and I completely forgot it was there. Alright, so if you are going to go out and get a battery to fit this kind of garment, you don't want a battery that size, because obviously that's going to make it very uncomfortable, and the battery like that wouldn't fit in the pocket that is already built into this garment to store that battery. Alright, so if you're going to get a battery online, just make sure you check out the specifications of it first. And the other thing that I need to mention as regards the review was that the actual button that you actually switch the garment on with, that you switch it on and off and through the different settings, it's a waterproof button there. I haven't had any issues after 2 months. Every time I press that button it's worked, whether it's to switch it on or go through the different levels. And the other thing that I never expected or never really thought about is that this is obviously a base layer, you know, so you have got other layers on top. So for me, I'd have a pair of joggers over the top of this, and then you might have your over trousers on or your bib and brace or something like that. I never thought that you would need the button to be on a tag like that, and you do, because it's, you know, it's an undergarment, so you've got layers over the top. So the last thing you really want to be doing is when you sat fishing, if you know you do feel as though you want to switch it on, the last thing you want to be doing is unzipping everything, half getting undressed just to get to the button to switch it on. You know, you don't obviously want to be doing that. So obviously, because that's got a tag, I actually could have that tag up the inside of my over trousers or my bib and brace, so that I didn't have to unzip anything to switch it on and off. I could just get it there nice and easy. So that was a really nice, pleasant feature. The other question that I've had as well is about where the heated parts of this garment are. Basically, with these base layer pants, there are 2 areas that get heated. You've just got the front of your stomach just here, alright, and then you've got the areas around the knees as well, and that's been fine. I just switched that on for 5 minutes, and it's lovely and warm, and you forget about it, you switch it off, and then that's it, you know. So up to now, these have been brilliant. I haven't had any problems. I've heard people gone out there and bought some 1 or 2 cheaper versions, and they have had 1 or 2 problems, mainly with the button, not so much with the length or lifespan of how long you can actually have them heated while you're actually out on the bank, but it's actually been the button. There's been a lot of button failures. Now, I won't name the bad brands because to be quite honest, I'm not 100% sure which brands they were for, but they were cheaper versions of this product. So just be careful if you are going to go out and buy a cheaper version. Just read the reviews. You know, most of these garments are purchasable on Amazon, and any websites like that have usually got reviews. So if there are reviews of button failure, then that might be something you need to check out. I just thought you'd appreciate this update on this particular clothing. It is January at the time of filming, and I know lots of people are thinking about, you know, staying warm through the next 2 or 3 months anyway. So if you have used this garment or used cheaper alternatives, please comment below. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next upload.